Once you've created a course with course content, it's important to understand the symbols. So if you take a look here, you can see to the right of every activity or resource that you have added, there are different symbols. And actually, it's very self-explanatory, but just to be clear, you can see, for example, the first one is a pencil, and it tells you that that edits the title. So you would just left click on it and change it to something else. And then simply click off. The arrow key simply moves the information to the right. So you can see now it's indented. So if you wanted to have, for example, down here, building adjectives, and you wanted to have a subcategory, it's just a way to format it on the screen to make it look attractive. If you want to undo, you simply can move it to the left again, and then everything is in line. This arrow button allows you to move a resource to wherever you want it. So perhaps you want to show them this on the first day of class, or maybe you want to wait until the first week. You can simply change it to the first week. If you change your mind, you can leave it back in your resource section. As you can see, this particular tool allows you to update information. So as you can see, I had written under BBC Learning English, I had written that it was a free website with fantastic resources for English learners. If for any reason you want to edit it, you could simply go in, make the changes, make sure the link is still okay, and at the very bottom, save and return to course. In addition to the update, there is a section where if you want to have something twice or to duplicate, you simply click it. It asks if you want to duplicate it. You can say continue. And then you can return to the course. This can be an option if, for example, you have some sort of resource that you want to use every week. Maybe a morning check-in, for example, or maybe something you want to wrap up every class with. Then you would have it, and you could just move it so that you have it for each week. Another very nifty tool here is if you do something that you decide, okay, you thought you wanted this resource, you don't want it anymore, it's not useful, you can just hit the X. It will always say check in with you. It will say, are you sure that you want to delete it? You can just hit OK. A very important aspect of this site is this little symbol with the eye. The eye is your control feature for your whole site. So you can see that there's a big eye in the upper right hand corner of each theme. If you hide the week, that means that the students can't see anything except for the title. I often hide things on my screen. For example, I would go through and hide everything for the course, and then as each week occurred, I could simply show them the resources I want them to show. You can do the same thing within the course. So if I haven't gotten to these things in the week, I can simply hide them. And as the class continues on, if I get to all of these things, then I can simply show them. This is great if you're not sure how long a particular activity will last, or if you're unsure if you want to use it that day. Then you could simply, for example, if you didn't get to it this week, that's totally fine. You can just move it to the next week. Be aware that anytime you go up into update, for example, if I want to update this cool video site, right now you can see that it shows it's being shown to the students. Anytime you add a new site or go into update, at the bottom you'll see that you can make it visible or you can hide it. So just be very conscious about this setting so that if you're adding new material that you don't want your students to see, to make sure to put it under the hide setting. And that will, again, once you save it, it will allow you to return to the course. Those are the basic, most important functions. Last but not least, just as a reminder, this edit key allows you to change the information for your title. You can either use the default name or you can simply type in your own section name and then save changes. And of course, just as there is a toggle here where you can move a particular section up and down, you can do the same thing with a whole week. So if for some reason you want to change all the information in 1 week, you can do that. Notice that because this is on a date, it will automatically change the dates. But if you had this in your own topic, like conversation, it would just leave the titles the way that it is. So this also, if you know that you have a particular content that you want in this particular week, and for some reason you decide to change order, you can simply use the arrow keys to rearrange your format. So those are the most important edit keys. Remember that you can't do anything if your editing is turned off. So in order to have any of those features, you need to have the editing on. That's it. Thanks.